Hello guys, welcome to another favorite episode on your favorite talk show, Authority. How are you all doing? I hope you guys are good. So welcome today we'll have a very intriguing topic, a wonderful topic that we'll be treating today. And today here with me, we'll be treating the topic reincarnation. Here with me in the studio today are Ajo Chinozo Omenala.
The time I told you, man.
DK Plus.
Yes, these are my colleagues that will be treating on this topic together. So let's go. Let's dive into the topic. So now, when we say reincarnation, what do we mean? What does it really mean? What does the word reincarnation mean? It means a soul being born into a new body after death. So, what are your thoughts? What do you think on this? Is it a reality or a figment of the imagination? What do you think about it, sir?
Thank you very much. For me, reincarnation is a reality.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, I am a reincarnator.
Okay.
When I say I'm a reincarnator, I am a birth of my grandfather. It's a belief, yes, but over time, most persons, as old as tradition itself, which is as old as creation, but some persons have a contrary opinion to it, and it's coming from the religion angle of it. And if you ask me, I'll tell you, tradition is old as creation, and religion is a belief. That you have a contrary opinion to a thing does not mean it is not in existence. Like your right explain the word reincarnation. It's when a soul is being rebirthed. The body only dies, the soul don't die. The soul is only on a wandering state, which is to be reborn again. It's like a cycle of life. And being the fact that I am an evidence of reincarnation, then I'm a strong believer from reincarnation. Okay. I don't know if any of my presenters have a contrary opinion to what
I so much regard because one thing as I know I'm traditionalist, I so much believe in tradition. So that word we can mention is real because even me too, even a lower, because even myself when I get to my hometown, the way they cherish me, the way they celebrate me like my father, because I was named after my father. I am named after my father, sorry. So that is why they see me as my father, even though my father is no longer there. They see me as my father. So I believe that it's real.
Okay.
So
Sir.
Yes, I do not believe in reincarnation. It's not just a matter of whether I believe in it or not. Reincarnation does not exist. It is just a figment of imagination. And truly, reincarnation is not just championed only by African traditional religion. Other religions like Buddhism, Hinduism, Spiritism, Astra, Dialectics, Scientology, all these religious movements, all champion reincarnation as a belief system. They accepted it, they developed interest in it, and accepted it. But it does not have any scientific evidence. Because anything that cannot be proven by science, it challenges the validity of that. So, my fellow colonists have said, they believe that they reincarnated from their father, from their grandfather, and all these have no scientific evidence. There's nothing to prove it. And personally, I do not believe in reincarnation for two major reasons. One, as a Christian, the whole tenets of Christianity, for example, discourages reincarnation. Christianity is all about incarnation, death, and resurrection of Jesus Christ. That's Christianity. And even the word of the Bible, reincarnation is not mentioned anywhere in the Bible. As a Christian now, there's no biblical passage. In fact, every biblical passage refutes it. Let's just take example. 2 Corinthians chapter 5 verse 1 and also 10. 2 Corinthians 5 verse 10. Then Ecclesiastes chapter 12 verse 7. All these biblical passages all said that our bodies are mortal, and when we die, our soul goes to God. This is the biblical interpretation of life after death. And that after death comes judgment. This is a Christian perspective. Now,
okay, go ahead.
Yes. Now, on a more logical and philosophical point of view, why I said I personally do, and this apart from I believe the word of the Bible, I also believe this philosophical point of view that says, one, reincarnation does not, it's just a figment of imagination. First, those who champion reincarnation, all these religious movements, African nationalism and others I mentioned, spiritism and all, they cannot prove it scientifically. And if it cannot be proved, it's just a belief system championed by that reform. Two, lack of memory and identity issues. Like my fellow Bible said to me, there's no evidence to prove that. That there's no way, you cannot prove how memory is translated into a new being. Three, cultural and religious variations. All these organizations, religious movements and champions of they cannot ask any of them. The way some of them migrate, some say they migrated people while alive. Some say people that can they migrate only the immediate and extended family. Some say they can migrate only from the community. You know, there are a lot of variations of how people migrate. So lack of that cultural and religious variation proves changes caste and passion and criticisms on the validity of reincarnation. Another one is psychological impact. Most people say, well, I do not, I can't, why I'm not acting, why I'm not doing well because in their previous life, they were so and so, and because so and so thing did not happen in their life, therefore, maybe in their life, formerly they were poor, and that's why it's poor. And that can lead to fatalism, believing that your life has already been conditioned or predetermined by your previous life, and therefore you cannot even make impact. So it casts a very strong doubt on the validity of reincarnation.
Okay. Thank you very much, my co-panelists. I took time to highlight some of the angle you were coming from to back up your claim that you don't believe in reincarnation. From the definition of reincarnation, it is a rebirth. That means there was an initial birth before your rebirth. And birth in itself is mystical. Birth in itself, there are different views to how birthing came to play. We talk about science. I'm privy to do science in school. Now, science, biology taught us that for a life to form, the man and the woman need to meet. The man ejaculates spermatozoa that fertilizes the egg that the woman during ovulation. Now, how does the soul come to be to form that human? Does the man or the woman makes a soul? The answer is no. It goes to tell us that existing soul from a realm. Even at the birth of Jesus Christ, even though there was no intercourse between, according to the Bible, you are having the religious standpoint. Even you in your own claim said that there are some religions, especially in the Asian world, the Hinduism, they believe in reincarnation. But here in the Christian life, the Christian does not believe. That does not mean it is true. It's just a different opinion. You get the point? Now, even the Christian angle, even there was no intercourse between Joseph, the father of Jesus, and Mary, but there was a birthing. Jesus came through the normal process of birthing. He was born in the manger, like the Bible story said. Now, what brought that soul? There was a soul that was installed in the belly of Mary. Where did that soul come from? There's a realm where when the mortal and the flesh dies, the soul leaves this body. Because of this soul wants to come back into existence, there's a body needs to come into. That is where the reincarnation comes into play. It's a cycle of life. Life is being cycled. And now when you talk about resurrection, we have the Bible story of resurrection. So for me, if you ask me, I will tell you reincarnation and resurrection is just semantics. There's a rebirth of the life. When you see it from the angle of, oh, Jesus died after 3 days, resurrected, after 4 days, he ascended to the throne. The fact that there was a rebirth of a life. And like the word was defined, it's a rebirth. And whether we like it or yes, there's a rebirth of a soul. And like the argument you put in, yes, it happens. The reason why some people will come back to life again because they might have not accomplished their purpose. Maybe their life was cut short. Like I told you, I am a reincarnator. I reincarnated my grandfather. In his day, he was a well successful trader, but did not go to school, was not a literate. Something happened, and he shouted and said, in my next world, I must be learned. The difference between being brilliant and being intelligent. He's an intelligent man because he was doing his business, he knows how to balance his account, he knows the shilling and the pennies there, he knows how to trade with his customer, but he was not brilliant part, okay, keeping records, how to know your profit margin and your loss margin. So something happened and he said, oh, because I did not go to school, then in my next life, I must go to school. And he told his first son, which is my uncle, the oldest uncle, that whenever I die, make sure you bury me with a book and a paper. And whenever I'm being bettered back again, on that day of my name, give me a book and a paper. And if I know people are going back far, whenever a child is born, like I said, tradition is as old as creation itself. Let's not allow any religious belief to wash away tradition, because even before religion came to play, we have always, it's a way of life we have been living. What religion is a belief. Somebody comes and tell you this is supposed to be like this, but not like it. But before that person came, we have been living. On what tenet were we living? So even my grandfather died, they were giving birth to other children, and they said no, he has not come. But when I was giving birth to, how about for years, our grandfather is back. And the eldest son remembered that, oh, any now you could remember that whenever I die, give me a book and a Bible, because I want to go to school. And he played out in my time. I was eager to go to school. I started school at the age of 1 year plus. I entered university at the age of 14. I entered at the age of 9. So any personal Bible and paper, because you ask for proof. These are real life proof. These are happenings. People who are reincarnators, you always see that trade of the thing they could not accomplish in their previous life, they want to accomplish their next life. So it's like a rule of continuity. It's a rule of, oh, I will create something accomplished short in my first life, then I want to accomplish that. And I will still reincarnate again. Like I was saying, reincarnation is a continuation of life. It helps to complete that circle. But until the circle is complete, we must still continue. Now, on the final note, we talked about the psychological impact. When you set an instant that a child might be born now, because of this belief of reincarnation, he tries to want to belittle the child's achievement. No, I'm not going to disagree with you. It even try to guide the child, because you tell him the things he could not accomplish in his previous life, putting him on the known and creating an awareness for him to be able not to make that same mistake again. Because citing myself as an example, the mistake my grandfather made was not to have gone to school. That is why I said I will go to school to the final letter and I will be learning to the final letter. So it has keeping me on track. For me to know the fact that apart from being naturally intelligent, they need to add literacy and need to add learnedness to it, so you can balance up the whole thing. Thank you.
Well, addition to what you said about the reincarnation, because me, like I said, I'm a traditionalist. I so much believe in it. And Igbo, every core Igbo believe in it, because it's a belief. Because when I talk about reincarnation, it's a belief of every Igbo man. I like Elowa. Because when, for instance, I'm giving an example now, what happened previous. A woman who killed the stepson. Now, when she got pregnant, giving birth and still gave birth to something like that, because it's Emandoroyowa again. That is what we believe. So that thing alone, and some other examples that Igbos believe that this is why there is Elowa, there is reincarnation. So I somewhat believe in it. So whoever that said that is not, it doesn't exist. It's not. It's totally fallacy.
Okay. Everyone, I think everyone is entitled to their own opinion. Yeah. So, scientifically, it is not proven. There is no proof, scientific proof that reincarnation exists. But when we look at things that are happening, a lot of people, like you said, in Hinduism, the Buddhism, all of them, they all believe in reincarnation, they practice it. So when we look at okay, let me take for instance my own direct family. There is a reincarnator in my own family. My father's younger brother sometime ago, about 16, 17 years, died in an accident some time ago. So all those were he had kids. So there has been birth in our family and all that until 4 years ago when my aunt gave birth to a baby boy. Now this boy came back like the exact carbon copy of that man.
Sure.
Exact. And he had an injury on his leg when he died. Due to the accident, the boy came back with the same mark.
Yeah.
He came back with the same mark. He died well because when he died, according to what my mom told me, when he died, he was crying of hunger because he was coming back from work when the accident happened. So this same little boy is a foodie.
Is that the evidence?
He's a foodie. The way he walks, the way he talks, the way everything about
that. That's where you
understand? So in that particular aspect, now maybe you believe that there is this thing called, my mom told me what I'm a reincarnator. Do you understand? She has given me the instance of the person I reincarnated. That when I was born, the person came and said, okay, all of you should stand up and start dance. I am back. Do you understand? So these are the things. These are the things you see. Yeah, these are the things you see. I might not say okay because I have not witnessed it. I might not believe, but I've witnessed one. I've seen one, which is still being present. That okay, this thing happened. Reincarnation exists.
Yeah, that is when you see somebody will ask you that this person, only I make only so you behave exactly like this person. Are you sure that this is
No.
yes.
Because the Lord wants to ask and see. Definitely, it's coming back to life of
No,
someone.
more than there are some things I will do, they will say, this is exactly like the father. This is what he do when he is.
Other life.
So that is to show you that people so much believe in reincarnation.
Alright. Yes. Okay, thank you very much. You said Igbos believe in reincarnation. I take exception. I do not believe in it.
Okay.
So when you say some Igbos believe in it, and I know also there are others who do not believe in it. I do not believe in it. Most times, most of the things that happens about this person looks like it's just family genealogy. Family, genealogy of the family. People also resemble each other. Now, as a Christian, if you check the Bible, for example, Luke chapter 23, verse 43, what did Jesus tell the thief on the cross? Today, you will be with me in paradise. Not today, you will have a second chance to come back again and correct yourself.
Okay.
That's one.
Okay.
Two, the parable of the rich man and Lazarus in Luke chapter 16, 19 to 31. This was the parable Jesus told his disciples, and it was very sufficiently clear that the rich man went to hellfire, and the Lazarus, who was the poor man, went to heaven. And from the hellfire, the rich man was seeing Lazarus in the heaven. You see? So it was a clear cut distinction. As a Christian, I do not believe in it. I also said it before. If you go to the Bible to 2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 1 and 10, and Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 7, it made it very clear. God himself made it clear that when we die, our bodies turns back to dust where it came from, while our souls go to heaven. So as a Christian, I do not believe in it, and it does not exist. There may be resemblance in the family, both in the immediate and extended family. Both resemblance of character, resemblance of these are genealogy. It can be proven by science. It's just genealogy that science has also authenticated. And in the various also accept there are various religious organizations around the world. It's not just only African religions that believe in that. Like I said before, there are other religious organizations. We have the Hinduism, the Buddhism, Spiritism, Astra, Scientology, Dianetics. These are even modern neo-paganism. Modern neo-pagans. All these have some elements of reincarnation in their belief system. But there are variations. Some say people reincarnate only within their internal extended and does not reincarnate and outside the extended family. Some say it's only within the immediate family. It's only the children they can reincarnate or their grandchildren. Some say they can only reincarnate within their immediate family and maybe their maternal home. Some say they can only reincarnate only their family and maternal home. Some say they can only reincarnate within their country. Some say only. And also some even said people can reincarnate even both to humans and non-humans. You see that variation. So there's no universal truth about reincarnation. That made it a complete figment of imagination. A story championed and told by the uninformed. Thank you.
Your backings to your claim has always been Christianity. Yeah. And I will take you even on your own standing. Even in the Christendom, there are some sects of Christians, I won't want to mention names, that don't believe even in paradise. Yeah. There are some sects of the Christendom that don't believe in paradise. Because from your claim, you say when someone dies, the mortal is being destroyed, but the soul goes to heaven. But even among Christendom, there are sects that don't believe in the existence of that human and they don't paradise is here on earth. That to tell you that we have come and there must be a circle until the world itself is being destroyed where it was formed. Even life itself is mystical. And let me take it on the angle of, and it keeps sounding science, prove and non science. I want to even tell you from the Bible story of the birth of Jesus Christ, for you the Christians and from the Christian belief. The Bible recorded that because he was to come as a savior to save the world, he was sent from the heaven. Quote. Doesn't that sound to play like an incarnator to you? So, no. I'm coming. A soul was sent from somewhere to come back to world as human. Perhaps this soul from okay must have lived before, died, the body died, the soul went to heaven. That was just directed. No, that was the reason of death. The reason of death or the reason was when you die, the body is destroyed, right? And the soul goes where? Heaven. Now the soul
does not come back.
Wait now. Now the soul does not come back. But the soul of Jesus Christ, they said God sent someone from the heaven, right? The soul, right? To the belly of Mary, to be buried. Doesn't that make sense? A reincarnator?
No, because he never lived before.
How did you know never lived before? Where the soul that was sent from heaven, where was it sent from?
Jesus Christ never lived before. He was now born. No. And that's what I'm telling you.
The Bible only never lived. The Bible, let me tell you something. The Bible is a general book. Same way the Islam have their Quran. Same way other religions have their book. That it's like when you buy a electronic, it has a manual. So the Bible is like a manual to the Christians. And like I told you, religion is a belief. But there's something older than religion, which is tradition, a way of life. Because before the use of religion is not as old as existence. I hope you know that. The whites brought in religion based on what they believe, the Portuguese or the European or whatever. We as Nigerians were never religious. For the Islams, it was brought from Arab nation. For the Christians, it was brought from Rome or wherever it came from. So that being said, even before the Bible story recorded the birth of Jesus Christ, they were alive. Even before the birth of Jesus Christ, they were living existence. So how are you sure that soul that was sent from heaven was not a living person that died in your own claim, and the soul went to heaven, and because there's a mission, and the front of you, and see, even the book of Jeremiah for you, the Christian, have that really on your standing point. Say before you were born, there's a purpose to birth, right? Every man has a purpose. Even we the church, we believe in that. Like whenever someone is born, when I very Alpha, to know the reason why this person has come, he came for a purpose. So the purpose that Jesus came was to save souls. And because he has a purpose, there's a reincarnation process, sending a soul from heaven, put it in the belly of Mary to birth Jesus Christ. So if you ask me, because science is all about fact and figure, and I'm giving you facts. Science is not ambiguous. Because I did science, when you bring the reactor, it gives you product. So my other plot is because a soul, from your definition, came from heaven, which must have existed before now, and because that soul was sent to the belly of Mary to birth them, I want to even tell you who Jesus is the reincarnator.
Alright, no, Jesus was not there. Jesus Christ was not even a soul sent from heaven. Jesus Christ is God. Humanity was created in the image. And go and read the book of Genesis very well.
So it makes sense.
Humanity was created in the image and likeness of God. And at the time of creation of humanity, Jesus Christ was there. And Jesus Christ is not like a soul. He's a God and man. 100%.
Let's not connect ourselves.
Now, on the audio.
Okay, now you said Jesus Christ is the God and man. So now I don't get it.
Yeah.
From the Bible,
it's a mystery.
Yeah, I don't get it. Now from the Bible, now we have we have God the Father, God the Son, and God.
He's the God.
Now, excuse me. Now it says that God sent His only begotten Son.
Exactly.
So how can Jesus be God and be man?
Yeah, it is, because that is the mystery. That's the mystery of Christianity. The mystery of Christianity. Jesus Christ. Remember in the book of Luke, for example, when the time of John the Baptist, before that time, the time of Elijah, in the book of Luke, it was foretold that a Savior will come, a Messiah will come before Jesus Christ, before John the Baptist. Okay. Now, when John the Baptist came, we were asking him, "Are you the Messiah?" He said, "No, I'm not the Messiah. And it was like, and some people, if it is now, modern day traditionalists will say that he was the incarnate of Elijah, that the major people was the incarnate Elijah. Why? Because they said before Jesus would come, that a Messiah, before the Messiah would come, that it was foretold that there was something like Jesus Christ. Do you understand me? So, to cut the long story short, Elijah was not even dead. He didn't even die. He transcended. So, in that case, if you even take that argument for that point of view, he was not even reincarnated. So, Jesus Christ was not like Elijah. He was God sent from heaven to come and redeem man. And that is why, remember, Jesus Christ was not even a Christian. Are you know about that?
Interesting.
Yes, he was not a Christian. It was his followers that became Christians, not him. He was not a Christian. Yeah. So, and the whole tenets of Christianity was incarnation of Jesus, death of Jesus, and resurrection of Jesus Christ. That's the whole tenets of Christianity.
Okay, so let me help you now because I still want to.
Not me helping you, but you clarify me.
I still want to put you on the pedestal of your belief. I can see you're a strong Christian, you believe in Christianity religion.
Yes. I
still try to take this argument into the religious point of play.
Please do. Please.
He said something, and the Bible said that the second coming of Jesus Christ. So what is that his second coming?
The second coming of Jesus Christ is when it's called the parousia. The parousia. It's alright. That's what it's called. That is when you will come in glory at the resurrection of the last day, where all the people that have died, even after Adam, will all resurrect.
How will they come in human form?
They will resurrect in spirits.
Okay,
And yes, and they will do souls. You know, the Bible clarified it. It's not like I'm trying to put a new. We clarified it.
Okay.
Now, the good souls will go to heaven.
Okay.
What does you did not do? Please God.
Okay, now I have a question.
Please do.
Now my question then is now, you're saying that on the last day. Now I have these doubts when it comes to that aspect. On the last day that he dead rise. Now, and okay, would I say the Bible is kind of contradictory in that area? Because when they suppose say some Christians say when someone dies, the spirit so goes to heaven,
yes.
goes to heaven. Why some say and that's the Bible says that on the last day. Some people say after death, judgment follows. And somebody says on the last day, all death souls and judgments will happen. Now, so what I don't get now is how come these dead souls, these dead people that have died, where are their souls?
Good. The good souls goes to God. It's the Bible very, very certain. Read 2 Corinthians chapter 5 verse 10. Said after they come to him and the body will decay and goes to the dust where it came from.
So are there two judgments? If after death comes judgment, what about
the one of the second coming is the overall judgment for the time.
That is the supreme.
Yes. The overall that will happen, and that one is comprehensive. Now, when I die now, I will face judgment before God. That is personal as a double. Okay? When you die, listen. Now, but that parousia is for the entire humanity. The entire humanity will be judged. And by the prince of justice. But just by the prince of justice.
My dear co-panelists, you only speak from an angle of the belief.
Okay, let's go from the angle of logic.
You don't generalize existence in itself.
Okay.
And I've been trying as much as possible to still play you on your own ground of where you're coming from. Now, when my sister here says, she asked the question, is the Bible contradictory? I want to help her to say, yes, it is. And that's why the Christian will tell you there's an Old Testament and a New Testament in the same Bible. Because like the Old Testament is saying something different, why don't we say something different?
No.
And they will say the Old Testament for the Moses, why the is for the Jesus. And again, don't forget that Christianity is a religion. It's not a conclusion of existence. Because there are other religions too. and that they don't agree with your belief does not make them null and void. They are religions too. You understand? So you don't want to force it on us that because this is what Christianity have said, so be it. And again, you'll be asking science. Even in the Christendom, there are some things that will happen, and they will tell you, don't look at it from human logic. But mind you, science will always tell you, give me a proof. Things like when you say someone has kidney failure, and a man of God lay a hand on the person and is healed, is that science proven? We can go to science, there's going to be a kidney transplant, there's going to be some dialysis, there's going to be medication, but because a man of God lay a hand, is it not possible?
That is to deal with the
miraculous.
The miracle.
Was it scientifically proven?
The transformative miracle.
Was it scientifically proven?
No, it cannot.
But you are just waiting reincarnation because you say you don't have the scientific proof.
Reincarnation has to be because it is a human activity.
So when the
So you have to
scientific proof of
you have to
healing and the miracle,
it has to be.
Okay, I think we should cut this argument. It's fine about the argument. Let's go. We'll be back. Thanks so much. We'll be back shortly. Those that reincarnated someone, do they remember the things that happened in their past lives?
okay, thank you very much for that question. I would say yes.
Okay.
From my standpoint, even as a reincarnator. Because there are times when in your subconsciousness or unconsciousness is two things. Now, according to science, consciousness is when you're in the right state of mind, you can think, you can talk, you can judge. Now, subconsciousness is when there are times when you're sleeping. You are not conscious, though you are not awake, but your heart still beats, your mind, your brain still works. You can see assimilate something. But even while you're sleeping, when you go on trance, or when you go to dream, or when you get a revelation, it shows that your brain is working. And at this period, that your mind, this whole bone of contention is about your mind thing. Because remember, even the definition of reincarnation states that it is a rebirth of the soul. That means we all agree with me, both those who are for or who are against, that the soul does not die. And that's one thing we should take home. The mortal body might die, might decay, but the soul does not die. So the key ingredient of reincarnation itself is the soul. Back to your question. There are times where we the reincarnators, I'm talking about we being a reincarnator, you might go on trance or subconscious state. You're going to see things that have not happened in your own existence. When you see them in that subconsciousness, for me, that is to tell you that in your former life, the person you incarnated, these things happen. And to be like a guide, well, and that's why somebody will come and say it was a revelation. The essence of revelation is to guide you. Let me give an example. If in your dream, especially Christians, because my company here is always standing on the Christian point, do you know that you can be reviewed a happening through your dream? I've seen someone tell you, oh, I don't go that deep again. I get for them, I get accident. For them, like a revelation. It's even they want to still go for that thing, to be extra careful. So, to answer your question, yes, there are times when we as reincarnators are put in a state of mind where it flashes back on us. There are things that happened in our former life. That's how we believe it. The essence of this job can be more careful not to make that same mistake again. And for the ones that are good, so we are putting more effort to concentrate on it and do better. If in my former life I was able to acquire 2 houses, I want to get more because that's the essence of it. Is a growth thing. And if in my former life like it is, I did not go to school. In this life, I have gone to school and I will still go. Whatever concerns education, I'm not talking about because in my former life I did not go to it, and that's the essence of reincarnation. So yes, there are times we go to a state, one will remember some things that happened in our former life to give us like a guide. To not fall same mistake of those things, or better say concentrate on the good ones and do better. Thank you.
Sir, so
Yes.
what's your view on this?
Yes, I do not believe in that. People, reincarnators do not remember what happened in their previous life.
Okay, exactly.
There's no scientific evidence that proves that. Because since it cannot be proven scientifically, that is for science. Then, on a Christian principle, the Christianity do not approve reincarnation. In fact, reincarnation opposes the whole tenets of Christianity, which is all about the incarnation, death, and resurrection of Jesus Christ. There's no way it is mentioned anywhere. So, both as a philosopher and a Christian, I do not believe in reincarnation. And people who reincarnated do not remember what happened in their previous life. Also, what the owners of the people they reincarnated from, that's the properties of those people, are not even ascribed to them. Even the achievements of those people are not ascribed to them. The titles of those people are not ascribed to them. So how can you now say this person is a reincarnated person of another person or someone else, when you do not enjoy the same achievements of the person who not ascribe to you, the properties of that person or the assets, even none of such things, and you can't even remember what happened in the previous life. In fact, the whole essence of reincarnation is in charade.
Well, like the caption on the television said, repent and even in Christendom they said born again. So the word born again, that means they will reborn them, they will come back to life again. So even Jesus said it in the Bible, he said, my second coming. That is to say that he is coming again in his own form, not in another man, as another person's life or in another form, but in his same form, he's coming back. So when you're talking about reincarnation, there's some certain thing that happened to you most times you now like this thing happened before. And that thing, when you think of it, it could be something that happened in your previous life. So those things just appear like an imagination as a picture, you like, I guess I've seen this thing before. So looking at it, I so much believe that there is something like that. Even the Bible and Christendom, for Jesus said that he is coming again. That to say that he's about to reincarnate. So I so much believe in that.
Okay, just a little clarification.
Okay.
When Jesus says second coming of Jesus, that is the time where there will be universal judgment. He didn't sufficiently put it that he will reincarnate. No. And then there's a difference between rebirth in Christian context, that is being born again through Jesus Christ. That is what rebirth means. It's different from second chance. Reincarnation is second. People who champion reincarnation say second chance, that the person is coming to live again. Second chance is different from rebirth. In Christian context, rebirth is being born again. But in reincarnation, those proponents of reincarnation says they are given second chance to come and live again. That is the challenge.
Okay, I have one clarification for you to my co-parents. In your statement, you said as a philosopher and as a Christian. And I put you cannot be a philosopher and still be a Christian. Reason being, philosophy in itself, the tenet of philosophy due to theological thinking, contradicts some of the tenets of Christianity.
Just a clarity.
Vis-a-vis creation.
Just a clarity.
Vis-a-vis the supreme God.
Okay.
Vis-a-vis miracle.
Thank you.
So you cannot contradict it on your own.
No. Just a clarity.
Okay, sir.
Philosophy is from two Latin words.
Okay.
Philos meaning study, science,
Okay.
and the sophia meaning wisdom. So a philosopher is a lover of wisdom. That is it. And that was why that's the first course that ever existed, even in the ancient time, from the ancient times down to the modern, up to the contemporary time. So philosophy is a philosopher, first and foremost, is a lover of wisdom. And then we have different types of philosophers. We have ancient philosophers, we have oriental philosophers, we have Christian philosophers. Where I belong. So I'm a Christian philosopher. Thank you very much.
Okay, alright. Philosopher is more than God as a tradition. For a traditionist, I think I'm a philosopher, but you as a Christian, you're trying to deviate. He's a brother philosopher.
Alright. Thank you very, very much. Thank you very, very much. I think this topic is that's a very, very interesting one. This was chance very interesting. Thank you very much for being with us here. So in general, whether reincarnation is a reality or a figment of imagination is a topic that is based on people's experience of personal beliefs. So I think so. Thank you all very much for watching this wonderful program. So do well to follow us on our channel Acidity TV, and please make sure to leave your comments, leave your opinion on the comment sections. This topic is still a very, very interesting. You can drop your own opinion there and tell us what you think about it. Thank you very much and goodbye.